Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and this time we're talking about the Switch Axe. Of course, today was Greatsword, Switch Axe. We've already spoken about the Greatsword, and Switch Axe is up next. And oh my gosh, both these weapons today, Greatsword and Switch Axe, both delivered incredibly cool armor sets. I'll speak about that in a second, but if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. And of course, be sure to keep it locked because we've got two more weapons to look forward to. Tomorrow, Charge Blade and Hunting Horn. We have been waiting for those, so definitely don't miss it. But to begin with, as mentioned, before I go any further, what the hell is this armor? Like, is Optimus Prime in this game? Because, yo, this is nuts. This is like some bionic. It almost has those sort of Artian vibes to it, but to the next level. So I cannot wait to see what the monster is that this comes from, because I can't even begin to picture it. This looks like a genuine mech. It looks incredible. I also like the fact that the female set's kind of got like a cat hood, which is kind of hilarious, but I'll be playing as a male character anyway, so I just love that helmet. It's kind of got that sort of mecha Oni demon face to it. Whew, this is looking really cool. And of course, the Switch Axe itself looks awesome, so let's talk about this weapon. To begin with, in the intro montage, we see some of the standard combos, we see the elemental discharge, and we of course see the setup for a couple of the wirebug attacks. So jumping over to the actual gameplay, of course we have gameplay against Somnicanth this time, one of those new monsters looking incredibly awesome. Honestly, I just love the look of this monster, so I cannot wait to fight it. But first things first, we get to see some of the aerial repositioning, kind of like how we saw in the Greatsword. Again, you have the ability to put yourself up into the sky in absolutely any direction, but you can then seemingly dodge into another direction to sort of reposition yourself, and you can see the hunter draw straight into sword mode. So again, I'm loving that, the fact that you can kind of just sort of jump up to get out the way of an attack and then just like dash back over to make sure your attack doesn't miss is going to be very, very useful. However, if we then go over to the second clip, this one's quite interesting. So of course we have the addition of that move that was added in Iceborne, the heavy slam, where you go from axe mode and you kind of go into that wild swing, and after a few hits you then go into this overhead slam, which of course is very, very useful. But what I do want to call out here, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty certain, like I went and double checked Switch Axe, the transition from the heavy slam into sword mode seems a lot quicker that time, because the default transition from heavy slam into axe mode from memory was kind of a little bit slower and sort of initiated with an overhead swipe, whereas this one appears to be a very quick upward swing. So I'm pretty certain that's a new combo path. If I'm mistaken, then forgive me. But either way, can't wait to check it out. We have, of course, seen from many other weapons that they do appear to have, brand new combo paths for them, so that would not surprise me in the slightest. But also, there's one additional thing I do want to call out here, because after the heavy slam into the sword transition, you of course see the file damage building up on the sword, and you then switch back to axe mode and you see the file damage in the axe mode. So it seems like we have the ability to kind of use file damage in both sword and axe mode now, which is going to add even more value to axe mode. So that in itself is very exciting. Again, we have to wait until January till we can actually go hands-on with the demo to know this stuff for certain. Some of this stuff you just have to infer by what it looks like in the gameplay, but safe to say, when I get my hands on with the demo, I'm going to be going over all these weapons in great detail, so I'll be bringing you guys everything you want to know. And for the avoidance of doubt, yes, when the game does come out, I will have a full suite of brand new weapon tutorials, so you'll have that to look forward to as well. Anyway, jumping forward to the next clip, we of course have the element discharge, which of course is a familiar move, and we then move over to the wirebug attacks. The very first one is called Invincible Gambit. This is a silkbind attack that fortifies the hunter, making them immune to flinching or being knocked back by even the fiercest of attacks. So this is basically just like your chance to just sit there, firm an attack. This is kind of like Rocksteady Mantle. It'll be interesting. Again, we have no UI in this situation, so we don't know whether it just means you're immune to flinching but you still take damage, much like you would with Rocksteady, or whether it also makes you invincible. Honestly, from a balancing point of view, I think it would be like a risk-reward thing, so I think you would sort of take the immovable inability to flinch, but potentially still take damage, so you need to be sensible with it. But again, until we actually get to play and see the HUD and the UI, we won't know for certain. Either way, pretty nice, just gives you a nice sort of way to set up for moves without having to get flinched, so you can then position for some big damage. However, jumping over to the second silkbind attack, we have the Switch Charger. Now this one's really interesting. The text for this one on the website says, "Let the silk breathe life into your sword." This uses a wirebug to launch you forward while quickly regenerating your switch gauge. And in addition to this, the switch gauge won't decrease space for a short period of time. So you can see, of course, here, the axe mode sort of dashing forward with the wire bug, of course, still infused with the sort of file charge. And as you can see, as you begin to do those attacks, and you use things that would typically normally drain that gauge, the gauge is remaining filled. So that's going to allow for some pretty potent file spam, so that much is going to be pretty powerful. But either way, it looks incredibly cool. Again, all that kind of ability to sort of dash around, move fluidly and everything looks so much fun. I just genuinely cannot wait till January to go hands on with this. This is going to be so cool. But anyway, that's it for the time being. That is the Switch Axe. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And of course, keep it locked because tomorrow is the last 2 videos. So we'll be speaking about Charge Blade and Hunting Horn. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.